I am dropped down with a wide base, and I'm driving my body weight with this outside 90 into him. My head is in a nice tucked position. My offhand is up and checking on him. If you really look at the angle of this, I am below my dominant hand.
Violence destroys. Weaponizing is the counter strategies to violent criminal assault. Hey, I'm Greg LaBeouf, aka The Violence Guy, and I'm sharing with you how I went from the victim of a brutal attempted murder to mastering the tool of violence and protecting myself and family, and how you can do the same from the safety and comfort of your own home. Welcome to Weaponizing DIY.
But when I talk about opportunities to go in, his body is never going to be square to me like this. Because we're in motion, we're both moving. I've been managing distance, he's coming at me. What is going to happen when I decide to apply my structure? His body is either going to be pitched over to his right side, or it's going to be pitched and bladed over to his left side. It doesn't make a difference. You will learn this on both sides. Okay, I wanted to prime you for this. We'll clear this up later. But right now, what I want you to see is just what the structure looks like. So I'm going to show it to you real quick. When I drive into structure, my hand is up against his jaw. I am dropped down with a wide base, and I'm driving my body weight with this outside 90 into him. My head is in a nice tucked position. My offhand is up and checking on him. If you really look at the angle of this, I am below my dominant hand. I am looking up towards the back of it with my head tucked. My center line of my body is towards his back. His center line is away from me. And this is what our structure is going to look like. Just stay there for a sec. So when I drop into my structure looks like this. If I come up and I'm standing, I can be moving. Boom! When I drop in the structure, I'm going to drop into it the same way every time. Okay? So let's break this down for you. Whatever way you want to try to begin this, here's what I want you to do today. You can do this with me as we go through this. I'm going to stand, and it's my left side that is forward right now. If you're doing it right side, just mirror this, and I'll flip it over in a second. My left hand becomes my left lead. My left leg's forward, my right leg's back. Your left hand becomes your lead hand. This is what we call a point of dominance. You want to extend this left hand out and connect and achieve a point of dominance right on his neck. So I'm just going to turn you this way, right here. Right down where the mandible joint and the jawline meets, I'm just going to stay out of the way of it. That's where the palm of my hand hits. Splay the fingers out. Now the reason we're hitting right there is because if we control the head, where the head goes, the body follows. It's the greatest leverage point. You splay the fingers out. When you splay the fingers out, you recruit larger muscle groups. You get stronger. This outside 90, now think about it. This is 90 degree. This is outside 90. This is 90 degree. This is inside 90. Inside 90, 90, outside 90. So when I splay this out, I want to splay my fingers and I want to extend my lead hand, in this case my left side. I want to extend it out and I want to connect to that point on his jaw. Right here I have control of the head and the neck. This is my best leverage point. Now, I do not lock or hyperextend my lead arm. Do not lock your lead arm. See how that pitched my body too far this way? Bend off that a little bit. You can see my shoulders are bladed. I'm extended, so the shoulders pushed forward, but not too much. Okay? So I extend that. Now, the next thing I want you to do when you connect on that slight bend in the arm, fingers splayed out, is get your line of sight below the back of your hand. Don't stand up like this. Think about it. I'm an icebreaker driving into a heavy object. This person's bigger and stronger than me. If I come in and I go like this with pressure, push back into me, he throws me out effortlessly. I'm already smaller and weaker. I have got to come in below it. So I bend the knees and I drop in. Boom. Look how far below. I'm 6'4". He's shorter than me. He's about 6 foot, 6'1", and I'm way below him. Why? Because that's the leverage. Boom, like an icebreaker. I got my point of dominance. My offhand is just checking here. Just checking. It's not over, it's not gripping really hard, it's not trying to control his limb. Everybody always asks, what happens if he reaches out and grabs the back of your head? Don't worry about that right now. Just check into here. Now when I do this, my head turns slightly to the side. Just don't be this. Don't be a gopher looking up out of the hole. I use the analogy of a tank. When you drop in, if you're sitting up and you're sitting in the front seat of a tank and it's rolling along, and all of a sudden you got incoming fire, you're going to drop down and drop in and close the hatch. You're going to drop into your tank. My head is turned slightly to the side. It is in between and lower than my hands. Does everybody see that? Bend the knees, drop in, hands come out, boom. Okay? So drop in and hit, boom. So outside 90, point of dominance. Head is tucked and tilted a little bit. Why? Because instinctively, if he tries to turn to face me and he tries to swing a punch, I don't want my head here. So either hand swing. And if he's too strong and I can't control that, boom, 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 boom. I'm taking too many hits. Get your head down in the hole. Okay? So push in with your hand. Check here. Drop the head down. Bend the knees. Now that's 3 of our 4 points. Outside 90. Not 90. Not inside 90. No power. Too close. No balance. Not 90. Because if he reached his arms out and grabbed me and he's strong and he pulls in, he's going to collapse it. Okay? Outside 90. Drop in. Bend your knees. Head tucked down and just looking slightly up through your eyes. This hand just checking. That's all I want right now. Don't worry about this. We'll expand this out just right here. Now the last point is the structural chain. And I've already kind of taught you this, but now I'm going to be specific on it. If you watch my body, I want you to draw lines. You should be able to find a triangle in here, not a rectangle. So watch. Outside 90, right to the jaw like I want. This hand's checking, and my head's up. Draw a line to my head, down my back to the ground, over to his feet and back up. You've got a rectangle. A rectangle has no base. If he pushes off the wall gently, go back, and push out again. See how he tilts it? I'm just teetering. Now watch what happens. From a rectangle, take my back leg, start walking it out. Get my eyes lower, my head lower than my hand. I'll start to widen the base out, tuck my head in, hands are up, and look what happens. Now you can draw a line from my head, down my back, to the foot, to the ground, and then back over and up. You got much more of a triangle effect. Does everyone see that from here? So I come up to that rectangle, don't move, no balance here. Imagine me running into a guy bigger and stronger than me like this. I'm going to fall off him. But imagine me going in like this. Now you can see where this spears or slams into him. Okay? Jams into him like this. And I stay in this structure. This structure, this outside 90, is my protection. I can drive through no man's land. Boom, I can drive into no man's land with this structure. Okay, so, thanks Mac, I'm going to have you just step out for a second. Here's all that I want you to do today. Don't worry about application. Don't worry about the offhand. Don't worry about all of these other little details. Here's all I want. If you've got a partner, you can do it with your partner. But actually, you know what I recommend for today? Just doing it up against the wall. Okay, you and your partner both, just do it up against the wall. Okay, we'll expand it as we go through. Here's what it should look like. Pick a spot on the wall, about your height. A little smaller, a little higher. And all you want to do is say, I'm going to do it right side or left side. And then all you're going to do is go outside 90. Get your hand into position. Drop your body weight. Extend out your structural chain. Get your head tucked down. Get this offhand. It shouldn't be on the wall because the person's body would be three-dimensional, not one-dimensional like a wall. But your hand should be out here kind of checking, and you should just be light on the balls of your feet. You should actually be able to kind of press into the wall a little bit. Feel strong. Think about if this wall started to move in, could you dig in and try to press it backwards? Now the goal with this is not to have like such strong pressure that the wall would never move. We're not that strong. We're not going to do that to people that are big and stronger. We just need our structure to hold. It's got to have some structural integrity. But you should be on the balls of the feet, not like this. So all my weight's into the wall. Don't lean heavy into it like that. Be like a basketball player. Be like a tennis player. Be like a volleyball player. Athletic. Right? So that there's strength here, but I can move a little bit. And move a little bit. And then watch. Switch. Right arm goes in. So now you can see it from the backside. Outside 90. Fingers splayed. Pressing into what would be the mandible joint of the jaw. Head's tucked over. Say you can't see my face. My head's not like this.
See how I'm not up like this? Outside 90, turn and tuck the head. Other hand, free hand is up and checking, and look at the structural chain. This back leg matters. Watch, everybody. If this leg came here, what's going to happen if that pushes? My structure's going to tilt. If it came too far here, my structure's going to tilt. You can see that, right? Extend out. If there's pressure here, this foot is dug in. Now I've got control. Switching right side to left side. Look how I'm behind this structure. Look how I'm behind my structure. That is a structure that you're going to drive through no man's land and get to a point of dominance on these opponents, on these individuals.